Happy Friday, everybody. You have almost made it to the end of the week. Go you. So I figured we would end the week out with something I think is a little more fun. Maybe you think it's like walking over a bed of Legos, but I don't know. I think getting a little creative is a little bit fun. You're writing a poem today. So today, your poem is about metaphor. This is the second in the series of 3 poems that you're going to be asked to create for this unit. Now, if you weren't here when I explained on Tuesday why it's so important that you actually do these, let me explain it to you now. These 3 poems are going in as project/essay grades for this 9 weeks. So if your score in that category is perhaps a little lacking right now, this is a great way to boost it by 40 points. Because the first poem, the setting poem that I had you write on Tuesday, is worth 10 project points. The second poem that you're writing today is worth another 10 project points. And the poem that I'm having you write on Tuesday is 20 project points. So that's a total of 40 just for getting a little creative, writing me some short poems. Seems like a pretty good deal, right? As long as you do it. Just make sure you do it. So anyway, like I already mentioned, Tuesday's poem was about setting. Today's poem, you're gonna be writing about metaphor. Yeah. So I'm just gonna read you the directions first of all, and then we'll break it down and explain it a little more where it might need to be elaborated on. So, figurative language is language that is not meant to be taken literally. Write a poem that compares love or friendship to something that is not usually connected to those feelings. Use the thinking question below to figure out your comparison, and then use the space below to write your final draft. Get creative. Be silly. There is no length requirement, but the content should clearly identify the comparison and include a justification. You can use a rhyme scheme or choose free verse. So, just like the one from Tuesday, first thing off the bat, not really a lot of length requirement. Obviously, you want to make the poem long enough so that you can fully develop and describe your metaphor, really convince me of it, and so this is obviously going to be easier to do in 10 lines than it is 4, but you dig your own grave, so it's whatever you want to do. I am going to, I think, stick to what I'm calling the haiku rule that I set up on Tuesday, which is you can give me 3 lines and call it a poem, but your 3 lines has to be a haiku. So if you don't know what a haiku is, look it up. Haiku. And if you can make me a good convincing haiku that fits these requirements, I'll allow it. But you just gotta be good. It's gotta meet the requirements. Okay? I know some people wrote haikus for Tuesday, and some of them are pretty freaking good. So some of you are really skilled at haikus. Maybe that's your prerogative. I don't know. The biggest thing is get creative with this. You don't have to compare love or friendship to something really serious. Love is the crashing waves on the shore. No, you could say something dumb. The sillier the better. It's more fun for me to read. I think it's more fun for you to write. But obviously serious poems are still beautiful too, so I don't want to sound like I'm dogging on any of you who are more serious poets. Really, I just want your creativity to shine through. That's all I ask. Get creative. The thinking question on here does need to be in complete sentences. For this, you're just going to explain the comparison, aka the metaphor that you will be making in this poem. But I do want to caution you, be careful that you don't make your comparison use like or as, because that is a simile. So you don't want to do that, because we're not writing about similes, right? We're writing about metaphors, which are comparisons without using like or as. So if you're going to say love is like a blank, really the best way to change that is just say love is blank, right? So then you can still make the same comparison and not have it be a simile. So I hope this makes sense to everybody. If not, again, Zoom office hours, those are a thing. Come drop in and see me. And if you can't make it, you know, my email inbox is always open. I just may not respond if it's like 4 in the morning or 9 p.m. But I'll get to it in the morning of the next school day. No big deal. This poem is going to be due Monday, before the start of your normally scheduled class time. So you do technically have a couple more days to do this, but you probably don't want to work on the weekend, so just get it done today. You know what I mean? So that's all I have for you, and I will see you Monday for the second half of e-learning. Bye!